today's... Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Nicole DeLucia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here today with Brittany. You already know. She's been on my channel 3 times now. This will be the 3rd. Actually, kind of 4th. So, in today's video, we are going to be telling, not embarrassing, but maybe embarrassing, kind of embarrassing, probably embarrassing, childhood stories, just things we used to do as a kid that are either weird, stupid, dumb, funny, whatever. We're just going to tell stories of what it was like to grow up cousins.
We don't even know what we're going to say right now.
No.
So
grow up cousins, only a year apart.
Yeah.
And
she's going to say a certain amount of days, and I'm like, bitch, how do you even know that?
Because I've calculated it like 30 times throughout our lifetime.
So you can be like, you're not a year older than me. You're fucking 325 days older than me.
I think it's 327, but I might be
wrong. I didn't even know that.
Wait, 65, that would make no sense, because there's not fucking 40 days in May.
Yeah.
40.
365. So
how many days are between 30 and 11? 29?
29.
No.
Yeah.
No, 29.
That makes sense. 11 to 21.
Between 30 and 20 and 11?
19 days. Yeah.
I said 29, not 19.
I know, but I thought it was 29 until I just thought about it again.
Yeah, so anyway, we're just going to be telling stories of our childhood and dumb shit we did or funny shit we did or whatever.
And we're going to go think of that now.
Okay, so the first story we're going to tell is about the time, how old were we, would you say?
I think I was like,
probably like
6 or 7.
Yeah, we
like
were
young.
And so, basis of the story is we dated the same guy at the same time.
And we just like bathed in the fact that we did that. Like, he was walking down the street and he had both of our arms around.
He had both of his arms around us, and he'd like look back and forth between us and like smile, and we were just like, okay. I mean,
yeah!
We were like 5 and 6, so it doesn't really make sense.
We weren't insecure then.
Yeah, we were like just okay with dating the same guy at the same time. So that's weird. And he was like 3 years older than us, wasn't he?
No, 1 year. 1 year older than me, 2 years older than you.
Oh, I thought he was so much older than that.
No, he just looked like he was because he was a big boy.
But yeah, but do you remember how
he wasn't even worth dating? Like,
I remember how we broke up with him. I mean, he was ugly. Like he wasn't worth
nasty.
It. He was
I'm
not
allowed to swear.
He was no, you can't. I don't care. He wasn't like the shit legit. Like you wouldn't look at him and be like, damn. Like I see why they both wanted him. Like he was.
Fat boy, big boy,
never
showered,
ugly,
B.O.-headed ass,
smelly. I remember Brittany one day was like, I don't want to be with him anymore.
Me all the time.
I remember one day we were sitting in your room, and we'll call him Andy.
No, we were at the frog pond.
We were somewhere. I could have sworn.
Oh, we can talk about the fucking frog pond. And we just take frogs off of it.
We were somewhere, and Brittany just looks at me and goes, I don't really want to be with him anymore. And I was just like, well, I don't want to be with him if you don't want to be with him.
G-shit.
And we just, like, both just were like, all right, we're done with you. Gotta go, bye. And that was it. I mean, it only probably lasted, like, a week, but that was only because, like, his grandparents lived across the street from Brittany, so that's how we saw him. It's
that was,
like
our summer boyfriend every summer, because
yeah.
that was the only boy in my street, so...
And he used to like live with his grandparents during the summer, and I used to like live with Brittany during the summer, so we used to just be together all the time, and it somehow revolved into a relationship. So our grandma has a frog pond in the back of her house. Well, it used to be a frog pond. I don't really think it gets frogs anymore.
No, it shouldn't anyways.
Yeah. That shit's not taken care of like it used to be. We used to go to the frog pond and like we'd sit there and just watch them pop up, and we used to just grab them out of the water.
That's so nasty. Like I would never do that now.
And we just like grab them out of the water, or we'd walk up and we'd like run up to it and make them all jump in, and then we'd wait for them to like float up and just kind of sit there like
and
this.
Try to breathe
and try to like be like, what the fuck just happened? And then we just grab them out of the water and like hold them and we'd kiss them.
Oh, I don't remember that, but
exposed
the fuck out of me.
I said we.
Yeah, I know.
I'm throwing myself under the bus too. And our grandma had like a little kiddie pool for no reason because she didn't really have a reason.
And like this dog cage in the back.
And we used to put rocks and water in this kiddie pool, and we used to go around because she lives down the street from Brittany, we used to go up and down their street and find garden snakes and put them in the pool and make them, like, live
No,
together.
there's this guy where, you remember the boyfriend? That
Yeah.
boyfriend. He had, like, fucking, like, there's holes in the ground behind his house, and there was just fucking snakes coming out. Do you remember? It was infested with, like, garden snakes. Like, it was disgustingly infested. And we grabbed mad of them and put them in this pool. There was, like, probably, like, 15 baby garden snakes, and so many more inside that backyard. Like, I don't even know, like, what,
Like,
that's
Brittany's-
obviously a problem.
I don't know if it's still like this during the summer, but Brittany's, like, street used to just be infested with garden snakes during the summer. Like, you'd see them just slithering down her street. You'd walk by her neighbor's house in their front garden, and there'd be, like, 10 of them
Look at
just
them.
chilling there.
Oh,
And
so cute.
we used to just, like, go in people's yards and pick up the snakes and fucking throw them in this kiddie pool and be like, fucking thrive together. You are now a community. Fucking we are your leader. Fucking we
feed
just
you
have a, like,
if
you
you're
could just
worthy.
see us, like, fucking Nicole, Brittany, PJ, and everyone who lived on this, all the kids who lived on the street just walking, there'd be, like, a fucking posse of garden snakes behind us. If we'd, like, fucking do some voodoo shit on them and make them, like, our little minions if we could. But we never fed the frogs to these snakes. We weren't that cruel. We never killed anything either.
No.
We weren't like those weird kids.
Oh, but wait. Did PJ throw the
Somebody, I don't remember if it
I
was
think
PJ.
it was PJ. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either. I think it was PJ. He didn't mean to kill the frogs, but he threw a rock in the frog pond. The frog pond's only like fucking 4
Like
feet.
a kiddie pool.
Yeah, like it's only like a kiddie pool size. And my brother threw like this big ass rock in there and it killed like 3 frogs.
Yeah, we came there and they were like on the top, like fucking floating and shit, and we were like, damn, that's wild.
Growing up at my house, we used to play house in my basement, and my dad used to get so pissed because we'd like destroy the basement just to play house.
One side would be
And-
her house and one side would be my house.
Yeah. And we meet in the middle because in my basement there's just bins of dirty laundry, like towels and my brother's clothes, and that used to be our beds. It is still there. We used to just lay on dirty piles of dirty clothes and pretend we were like sleeping and shit. And it was probably, we used to do some like shit we look back on now and are like, that's nasty. But we did it because we were kids and like didn't really think that like those are dirty clothes that people have worn and cats
Stink.
have laid on and people have used to dry their bodies with or wipe up whatever. And so this is probably one of the nastiest things that ever, I can't say the nastiest things, the nastiest things we ever did as a kid. So one day me and Brittany were walking in my house and we saw a bowl of sunflower seeds, or at least what we thought.
I'm pretty sure we got done with swimming. You know when you're done swimming, you're fucking like ready to eat whatever's
Lunch.
in sight. Yeah.
So we walk in and we see this bowl of sunflower seeds and we're thinking, oh, sunflower seeds, yay, blah. My brother walks in and he's like, what did he say to us?
Did you eat those sunflower seeds?
Yeah, he's like, are you guys eating those sunflower seeds? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, I already like ate those. Those were like my leftovers. He would just like put them in his mouth and like suckle on them and then spit them into
But they
this
weren't
bowl.
like the seeds, they were like the inside of the sunflower seed. So like they were already like
out and
it's not like we were eating the shells of the seeds, you know?
it looked like it was just a bowl sitting there, and they were my brother because he would just like, he wouldn't eat them. He just like sucked the like powder or whatever was on
spit
them
them
off
out.
and then spit them into this bowl, and we fucking ate them.
All of them. All of them. And then we went outside, we're like,
Yeah, we went outside and we were like, there is this old man that lives down the street from Brittany, and growing up, I don't remember what we called him. And
maybe we did call him Pops.
we called him like Pops or something, and he lives down the street from Brittany, and they have like a huge backyard, and he used to line the backyard with lights when we were little. He might still, I don't pay attention. And he used to line his whole backyard with lights, just in along the lines of the backyard. And when we asked him like why those lights were there when we were little, he said it was for the aliens to land. And he like 100% believed.
Until this day, you can hear, because he used to listen to the radio.
But like weird ass frequencies, not like normal,
Yeah.
just like Kiss FM
To
or
see
whatever.
if he could hear aliens talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can still hear it till this day, the radio, loud.
During the summer,
Yeah.
we would hear it at like 2 a.m, just these weird radio frequencies, loud as shit. And this guy lives like 7 houses down from Brittany across the street.
Not even that.
Yeah, and he
There's
used
barely
to
7
just
houses on my street.
he used to just like he still does during the summer just listen to these radio frequencies loud as shit, trying to hear if he can hear aliens like trying to communicate with him. And he like 100% believe used to tell us these whole like his whole plan when they landed and shit. And like make this huge thing out of it.
And we were like 8, so.
We were like 8 and we used to go, like everyone on the street knew about it too. Like the adults like knew this guy was like weird and like was waiting for the aliens to land. So we were at my aunt and uncle's on my dad's side. Brittany was there with us to go swimming during the summer one year. And I don't know why we thought this was a good idea.
Why no one stopped us from doing it?
The adults were inside and it was the 3 of us outside by ourselves. Who leaves kids unmonitored? Stupid parents.
Stupid parents.
So me and Brittany were on a team and my brother was by himself, and there's like rocks around my aunt and uncle's pool, like little like rocks like this, and me and Brittany were hiding behind my little cousin's like, you know, those little plastic houses with the swings? Like fucking this tall, fucking this wide, small ass houses. We were hiding behind that. And we were throwing rocks at each other. These these little ass but sharp ass rocks, just chucking them as hard as we could at each other, trying to hit each other. And I decided to crawl out and try to get a rock that had gone over there, because the only rocks we had were the ones my brother was throwing at us.
Not fair. If you think about it, you had the advantage.
Right, because he was behind the pool.
Yeah, and
he
that's
was
what the rocks were. They were
chilling behind the pool. Well, the rocks were around the pool. And he throws one as I'm crawling for this rock. And Brittany goes to jump in front of me, but her legs were open. The rock went through his legs. And it went through her legs and hit me in the head, and my head just started gushing.
I remember looking at Nicole and like looking down at my legs being like, damn, that's just wild. There was like a cute ass angle. Like I could have did something. I don't know. I think I just went to go do it, and like I was just like,
you thought you were just gonna block me?
Or like I was thinking, well, let me just try to block it. Like
it's an effort.
Yeah, it's an effort.
And it went straight through and into this side of my head. I still have the scar somewhere if I really feel for it.
But I remember looking at Nicole and I'm like, your head's bleeding. And she's like, what?
And just blood was rushing down my face.
She looks at it and she's like, and just out of nowhere, she was just fine. And out of nowhere, she's like, ah! I'm like, damn, that's not looking good.
And then I remember looking at my hand and being like, ah! And then turning around and crying hysterically. And the adults all start running outside. They're like, what happened? We left you guys alone for 5 minutes. How'd you fuck up this fast? And I was bawling, and my brother's bawling because he feels bad for throwing a rock at my head. And there's just blood rushing down my face and down my body and down my hands. And my mom grabs me and we run upstairs. And I remember stripping, sitting in my aunt and uncle's bathtub, and my mom pulls down the shower head and she starts rinsing out my hair, and I just remember the freaking water being blood red rinsing down my body.
And I remember I walked, I was like, can I go check on her? And they were like, yeah, if you want to. Because I saw her head bleeding and I was like, I'm a faint, I need to go lay down. I've been thinking about blood since I'm little, like I cannot, if I see blood, I'm like, so I go upstairs and I see Nicole inside a bathtub, like it's on, like plugged up, so like the bath water is like coming up. And she's just sitting in there like blood, like literally the water was blood, like nothing else.
And you know,
and she's just chilling, like
and
nothing
you know,
happened.
if you get hit in the head, your head is like one of, what is it? It's not vascular, right? Like where you have a lot of like nerves and shit and blood vessels where if you get cut, it's gonna bleed a lot. So you know, if you get hit in the head, that's one of the areas. So blood just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. I remember fucking just sitting there with ice on my head for the rest of the night. And then I got home and my other brother asked me why I had an ice pack on my head, and I told him and he laughed. Siblings are great. Brittany doesn't remember this, but she used to live like 3 houses over from where she lives now, and we were walking from her backyard to the front of her house, and it was me and her ex-best friend Val and her, and I don't know where me and Val and her are walking. I know where she screams at the top of her lungs, it
dramatic
it drops to the ground, and she's bawling hysterically, squeezing her foot, and me and Val are like, what the hell? And we look down, and her toe is just gushing blood.
Stubbing your toe, it's different.
And you know, Brittany, she was just telling y'all about how she's very squeamish with blood. Like, I used to cut my ankles all the time on razor scooters. Fuck razor scooters. And she used to, like, try to help me. Like, she'd be putting, like, benzoyl peroxide or whatever on my ankle, and she'd just be like, bro, I gotta get out of here. And just fucking, like, faint. She cannot handle blood. Like, even to this day, she's like, ugh.
Oh my god, speaking of that, this is gonna be off topic, but I had a birthday party, like, a little while back, and that girl, Val, we were trying to pose for a picture where all my friends were lined up and they were going like this, and I'd, like, jump on and, like, be, like, you know, all cute and shit, and I ended up fucking taking my kneecap and smacking it right into her nose.
Brittany, like, I was the first person, so I had to be the main person to hoist her up, and then everybody else caught her. So as I'm hoisting her up and she's jumping up, her fucking knee hits Val.
Bro, blood everywhere, bro. I remember getting down. I saw it all everywhere, and I got down to the grass. I'm like, guys, stop. Stop. And Val's like, ah!
And there's just blood gushing out of her
God.
face.
Ugh.
And I remember running inside, grabbing paper towel, and your mom's like, what's wrong? I'm like, Brittany just broke Val's nose. And I just ran out. She did break her nose because her parents came and got her later that night and, like, brought her to the hospital, and her nose was broken.
Yeah.
All because of my strong ass hoisting her up. And
no, I went to jump up and you hoisted me at the same time, so that shit must have hurt like
power.
a bitch.
And it hit her like
a dead on upwards.
Up. It wasn't like just a hit. It like pushed her nose full flat up. And yeah, so Brittany's like dying, and we're all trying to help Val as her face is just gushing blood.
Yeah, I was no help. I tried to be help. I tried, but I couldn't handle it.
And so back to that story I was telling, Brittany drops to the ground, she's like bawling her eyes out, and we sit there for like 10 minutes trying to figure out what to do as her toes like gushing blood. So me and Val ended up having to like grab her like from each side and walk her down to our grandmother's house like that for Band-Aids. As Brittany like bawled, and her neighbor across the street was like, it's not even that bad, like, you're so dramatic, like, fucking Chris. I was like, you're such a wimp, like, it's not even that bad.
Yeah.
But Brittany was very dramatic when we were kids. I mean, we both were.
I still am dramatic.
If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and and
Stop!
Subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload. And
what was
that? The bell ringing. Yeah. It has like those two things on the side of it, so you hit it and it's like, nah. Anyway, so.
Oh man, that sucks.
Okay.
Fucking yeah.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload. Leave a comment if you feel like leaving a comment. Don't leave a comment if you don't feel like leaving a comment.
And if they're rude, please don't leave one. Thank you.
And I hope you join.
Also, don't anonymously unlike her video.
Dislike.
Dislike.
I have one person. I have one person, and I know this. It's probably one of two bitches.
This fucking skank hole bitch. Fucking skank bitch.
Who dislikes every one of my videos. Fuck you, first of all. Second of all, fucking stop, you hating ass bitch. But anyway.
Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Hey, don't be a hater. Oh, hey.
Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my social media that will be linked down below. Check out all Brittany's social media that will be linked down below. Make sure to hit that bell. Leave a comment if you want to leave a comment. Don't be mean.
At the end of this, you should went, and my heart went, oops, and then put your shit. You should. That shit would hit.
I gotta go. Bye.
My heart just got stuck between these loops. My mind got stuck in between.